Another day, another original cocktail. I'm actually on a creative tear, so you guys are gonna be seeing a lot of creative cocktails and originals coming through. Today, we're going to be featuring this thing, which I put in our store. It is a winter spice infusion mix. Some of you guys know that we do freeze-dried garnishes in our store. Freeze-dried garnishes are a completely, like almost the polar opposite of a dehydrated garnish, where the dehydrated garnish pulls out some water from dehydration and kind of deepens the flavors and kind of gives you sort of a tea-like flavor in your garnishes. The freeze drying process, which is like a freeze and then dry at a higher temperature, removes about 98% of the water as opposed to something like 80% of the water from dehydration. So it removes more water, but also it condenses the flavor of the thing that you're freeze drying, and it amplifies that flavor, and it is still the fresh flavor. So you don't get this like almost cooked flavor. It is the fresh lime, the fresh lemon, and preserved forever. So what I did is I wanted to make a winter spice infusion for this winter. This is basically an apple pie kind of style thing. So what I did is I took a bunch of pears and apples, freeze dried them, and then I put a cinnamon stick in here, 1 star anise, a few allspice berries, and then 1 green cardamom pod. And all you literally have to do is open this jar and put 350 milliliters of any of your favorite spirit in here, close it up, shake it, let it sit for 24 hours, although you can let it sit for more. What's nice about freeze-dry infusions, and why when you do infusions using freeze-dry is a good idea, it is actually a superior way of infusing, is because the freeze-dry pulls out so much moisture, you're not putting any undue dilution in there. So you don't get like the juice from the fruit, you just get the flavor, and it gives you this really amplified flavor. So it's really nice. So I actually have some right here that I already did. I decided to infuse it with the Jersey Lightning from Laird. So it's 100 proof unaged Applejack that we put in here. I let it sit for 24 hours. You can let this sit for 48 hours, 72 hours. The longer you let it sit, the more like intense the flavors are gonna get. So if you're doing barrel-aged spirits and you still want to taste the barrel agedness and the wood notes of your spirit, you wanna make sure that you don't infuse this for too long. You don't wanna over extract it, especially the spices. So I think 24 to 48 hours is really the sweet spot. I gotta say, I think that this is my most proud moment. Like, I actually finally have a copy of the book that I wrote. It took me a year and a half to write this book. I'm very proud of it. So I would just implore everyone to go buy a book. The more books you buy, the better it is for me, and then I can make another book for you guys. I'm already thinking about new books, but I'm just super proud of this, and I just hope that you guys really enjoy it. So go out. There is a Genius link below this video and buy this book. I think you guys will really like it, and I worked really hard on it, and I love you guys, and you love me, and I love you, and you love me. It's a love fest over here, so pick up my book. We're gonna be making an old-fashioned variation I call a apple pie old-fashioned. First thing we're gonna do here is we're just gonna do a couple of dashes, and by a couple I mean 4, of black walnut bitters. We're gonna do 1 Demerara sugar cube because we wanna make use of those molassesy kind of notes in the sugar. You know what's funny and kind of tragic is that as we go throughout the day, and as I get more tired shooting videos, I also get more warmed up. So there's less ums and ahs. What I'm saying is a lot more concise than in the beginning of the day. And it's just like, this is the time where it's like we're on our last video when I want to wrap it up. And I just wonder, is there some way that I can like warm myself up so that I'm super concise and not going like and ah and searching for words before we shoot without wearing myself out? I don't know. If you think of a method, or if anyone in the audience, you guys think of a method, please let me know in the comments below, or you can just let me know regularly. All right, then we're just gonna pour a little dribble drabble of soda. This is gonna help the sugar dissolve, because sugar does not dissolve very well in booze, guys. It just doesn't. And then we're gonna give it a little muddle. And what we're trying to do here is just make sure that we have like a nice grainy texture, because we don't want it to be fully incorporated into the drink yet. We want it to sort of dissolve over time. And I think that's what makes a superior old fashioned, is that evolution of the sugar in the glass with the spirits and stuff. Some people say that the carbonic acid in the soda actually helps break the sugar down more, but I think that that's not true. I could be wrong though. So then we're gonna take our winter spice apple flavored spirit here, and we're just gonna pour 2 ounces into our glass like so. I have prepped a really nice piece of ice for this. Put it in the freezer. It's kind of halfway tempered. I wanna, should I temper this more so that it doesn't crack?
Maybe.
think I should. I think I should. Here, we're gonna, just wanna give this a little stir. Ah, it smells like Christmas. It smells like the winter season. That's not the spoon we wanna eat. We definitely don't wanna use that spoon. All right, here we go. And we're just gonna put it in here. I'm using this nice Baccarat glass, bro. This glass is so ridiculous. It's like a $1,000 glass set. 4 glasses, crystal from Baccarat. That was given to me, I didn't buy it. I like the glass, but it does have that flared lip.
That you don't like.
That I don't like as much. No, I just don't, it's not that I don't like it, I just don't like it as much. So here we go, we're just gonna give that a little stir. And then instead of using orange, you can do orange, but I like to do lemon on this because I like those bright lemon, that lemon poppy kind of popper? The lemon poppy popper? That makes sense? It's, where's my knife? I guess I'm gonna use my ice knife for this. And we'll just stick it in like that. And there we are, apple pie old fashioned. Let's give it a taste. Hell yeah. You know, the black walnut's really nice because it gives it that like kind of deep walnut flavor. Along with all the spices would be really nice, but also putting some like fresh apple bitters in here would be super fantastic as well. You also get all of those really great Demerara sugar notes in there. I would go one less on the bitters though. The bitters is pretty prevalent in there, so I would take it down to a dash or 2. It is really fantastic though. It's got that nice walnut, but then you've got the apple pie flavor of the Applejack and then that nice bright lemon pop right on the front. So there it is, guys, the apple pie old fashioned. Today's Educated Barfly video is sponsored by The Educated Barfly. I don't know if you guys know this, some of you do, some of you don't, but we've got lots of really good products in our store and we are constantly adding to those products. One of our very new additions, freeze-dried garnishes. So whereas a dehydrated garnish gives you sort of like a more tea-like caramelized scent, the freeze-dried version of that is a little bit brighter, and then all the sugars when you freeze dry it come to the surface, and so you get a very bright, fresh orange flavor. These guys have been a real big hit since we put them in the store. We get lots of orders for them. We also have a little bit of glassware. We have our now kind of iconic Nick and Nora style glass that we did in a regular and honeycomb pattern. This is a 6-ounce glass, kind of Nick and Nora style. And we have a brand new, more coupe style glass. It's 7 ounces. We also have the honeycomb pattern in this as well. So if you're a fan of the channel and you want to help us out, this is a very good way to help the channel and then also get something out of it. A lot of this is the glassware that you see in our videos, and so you'll be able to recreate the same cocktails that we make in the studio at home with the best possible recipes, the best possible instructions, and now the best possible glassware and garnishes.